Hi, this is Kathy from Ladies Stamp A Lot. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Chesapeake, Virginia. And today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute Christmas card using the Snow Wonder stamp set from Stampin' Up! Now this set does come with a set of dies that coordinate, and it cuts out the wreath, the snowman, the trees, two really cute label dies, and then two dies that actually just make an impression of the snowflakes in the card. But we're not going to use the dies today. This card can be made just using this stamp set. So let's get started. I'm going to start with this stamping, and I'm going to bring in a piece of Whisper White. This is 3 3/4 by 5. And I am going to stamp you know what, this time I'm going to stamp the words first. I'm going to try this a little differently. So there's 2 greetings, actually there's 3 greetings in this set, and I just love the font of this set. Really, really love it. I'm going to be doing, let's get the right one, Christmas Wishes and Joyful Greetings. And I'm going to be just inking this up in black memento, and I'm just going to center it towards the top of the card. That's just the best thing about Stampin' Up! These red rubber stamps. They just make such a nice impression. I'm cleaning off my stamp with the chamois. Okay, now I'm going to do the trees. On my sample, I used Mossy Meadow ink, and I'm going to try Garden Green to see which I like better. So I'm going to ink up the trees, and I'm thinking of trying to bring this down a little bit. I have a snowman already cut out, and I wanted to make it look like the trees are behind the snowman, so I am going to bring it down just a little bit and stamp it there. I think I like that better. I've done some cards with shaded spruce as well. Stampin' Up! Has some really nice colors, a lot of greens. Okay, so here again, let me show you. Here are my chamois. I cut a chamois in half. These are well loved. Every once in a while when they get really, really bad, I'll go and rinse them off, and even sometimes I'll throw them in with my towels to clean them. And I still prefer picking this up and getting into all the little nooks and crannies. And I keep them in a stamp case. Kind of keeps them from drying out. When they do dry out, all you need to do is take them over to the sink and run some water until they get soft again. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and stamp the snowman on here. A lot of the cards I did stamp and punch out and put this up on dimensionals, and that really looks nice, but I just wanted to show you can make a really cute card with just the stamp set if you're on a limited budget. Okay, so I'm going to ink up my snowman with the memento because I want to color him with blends, and you want to have memento ink with the stamping blends. So if you wanted a lighter color, I would go with a gray, granite gray or basic gray, even smoky slate. All right, now I'm going to stamp my snowman. I kind of want to see what it looks like there. Okay, like that. Let me clean this off real quick, and that'll give everything a few seconds to dry. Okay. Now, like I said, I used my stamping blends to color this snowman. And I'm going to start with the little holly berry beads up here And I like to do these in this poppy red. It's just a real bright red, but there's only 3 little dots there. And then I don't have garden green blend, so I'm going to use Old Olive. See how that looks for the, oh, that looks good for the holly leaves here. And of course his nose is going to be pumpkin pie orange. His hat I'm doing in basic black light blends. Now if you don't have blends, you of course could just use colored pencils or your regular Stampin' Write markers. The nice thing about the blends is that they're kind of, when you color them, transparent enough that the little shading lines show through the color, and it's not so saturated, which is hard to tell, I know, on camera about that. Now sometimes I do the coal pieces with the black, but I'm just going to leave it go and not do that this time. And now the last I'm going to do, go over his stick arms with my crumb cake. This is crumb cake dark, just to make it appear like they're sticks. And defines this one over here a little bit more. That's in front of the tree, so that I like that. And then for his scarf, I am going to do Balmy Blue. So I'm going to start with light Balmy Blue. And you can see I'm using the paintbrush tip here and just going very lightly on the side. You don't really want to push down hard on these. You'll ruin them. And then I'm just going to go back with my dark blue and just kind of highlight some of these lines in the scarf to give it a little bit of dimension. All right. How easy was that? Now I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the blue, and we want to get a nice even around. Now normally I would use my liquid glue, but I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal because I want to get used to using this. This is a new double stick tape that we have, and if the trick with this is not to press hard at all. It doesn't take much pressure. And when you get to the end of your line, just slide it away. Don't pick it up or you'll get that, I call it mozzarella cheese, stringy stuff. You just want to slide it off. And put a little bit in the middle too. Okay, so light touch and slide. And then I'm going to try to get this in here even, with an even border. Not bad. And then I'm putting this on a white card base. This is 5.5 by 8.5, scored in half at 4 1/4. And you see I turned it over because sometimes when I score it, I get a little bit, it's not exactly perfect. So that is sticking out. I want that not to show. So this is nice and clean on the front. All right, so go ahead and score that, burnish that, and we're just going to add this to the front. So this I will use my liquid glue, partly because I want it centered, but also it's going to be a little bit heavier with the 2 layers, so this gives it a little bit extra strength. But the new Stampin' Seal is actually really strong, so I could have used that. But I'm more into getting this even so I can slide it and move it around where I want it to be. And then the last thing I'm going to do is take my Balmy Blue, and there's a little snowflake stamp that comes with this set. And I'm just going to kind of go down the side here and make some snowflakes. Now this will dry lighter. It looks a little bit dark now, but it will dry lighter. And if I had an envelope here, I would also decorate my envelope with the snowflakes. We say at Stampin' Up, no naked envelopes. Always decorate your envelopes so your recipient gets a nice little surprise in the mail. So there's that one. Let me show you a few more I made. Here's one I made. This is also pretty simple, but I did use the die here to cut out this snowman. And I embossed behind there with some tree embossing folder. And then this is another one I worked on recently. This is using the snowflake embossing folder. Again, I cut out the snowman with the dies. I added some snowflakes and some blue gems. I'll be making another video with this one. And then I have a video already made with this card, and I showed you these, but I'm going to show you again in case you missed that video. And then some of these I will have videos showing you how to make them. So I hope you will give these cards a try or something else for your Christmas cards this year. And thanks for stopping by.